If you build subscriptions on Solana today, you run into a hard limitation. You only get one delegate per token account. So you approve one service, say Netflix, and it works. Then you approve another, like for example Spotify, and the first one gets overwritten. So out of the box, you can't support multiple subscriptions from the same wallet. That's of course not workable for real payment flows. The Solana Foundation built a reference program that fixes this by introducing a programmable delegation layer that allows multiple independent spending permissions from a single token account. This makes subscriptions super easy, and in this video I'll walk you through how it works. Before I show you the demo, let me quickly explain the solution. So on Solana, every token account, whether it's an SPL token or a token 22 token, has one single delegate field, which means you allow someone else to use your tokens. When you approve someone to spend your tokens, they become that delegate. But the moment you approve someone else, the first one gets overwritten. That's why theoretically, you can only have one subscription at a time. So here's how this problem has been solved with the new program. For every user mint combination, the program creates a subscription authority, a PDA that becomes the sole delegate of the user's token accounts with maximum approval. That sounds dangerous, but the nice thing about it is that the subscription authority cannot just move tokens on its own. It can only transfer tokens when a valid delegation PDA authorizes the transfer. So the user gives it full approval, but it only acts when a specific delegation says, yep, this transfer is allowed for this amount to this destination. This means you can now have unlimited simultaneously delegations from a single token account. Each one is a separate PDA with its own rules, limits, and expiry. And the program supports three different delegation models. The first one is the fixed delegation, like a prepaid allowance. You authorize a delegate to spend up to X total tokens with an optional expiry, and each transfer decrements the remaining balance. Then the second one is recurring delegations. Like a monthly spend limit, you authorize someone to spend up to X amount of tokens, where the period length is configurable. The allowance resets each period, and importantly, skips periods do not stack, so you can't save up your unused allowance. And the third one, which is of course the most interesting one, is the subscription plans. A merchant publishes a plan with pricing terms, amount, billing period, and destination, and the users subscribe by accepting those terms. Then the merchant can pull the payments in every cycle. So yeah, let me just show you in a demo how it works. So you can find all the code in this repository here, Solana program/subscriptions. And it also comes with a very nice front-end application, so you can just run it. It's also deployed already on DevNet and probably also mainnet by now. And yeah, you can just run this front-end here. And here you can see I already requested some SOL and some dummy tokens just locally. And now I'm gonna show you how this whole thing works. So we're gonna start with a simple delegation. So before we come to the subscriptions. So here on my second user, I just create a fixed delegation. So you can also do recurring. This would just refresh over a certain period of time, but I just gonna do a fixed one. And yeah, I'm gonna use this wallet over here. So I just copy the wallet address and I say, hey, you can use 50 of my tokens. And I create this delegation. So I approve this transaction here, and now here on the other side, I should be able to see this delegation. So here you can see I got a new delegation. So I can now use this 50 USDC that I got delegated from my second user. So I can just transfer this to myself, and then the delegation will be gone. So if I now go to my dashboard, I can see now I have 1050 tokens. And on this side, I could now create a new delegation, or I could have a recurring delegation. But now let's try out the subscriptions. So for subscriptions, I go to this plans here and I create a new plan. And this plan I'm gonna call potatoes. And this is my potato shop. So it's for if someone wants to buy healthy potatoes every day. It costs $1. And you need to pay $1 per day to get your potatoes. You can also have different pullers and different destinations. And now I'm creating this plan here. So I just approve this transaction, and here we can see now I have this plan here. Let me create another one. We're gonna call it cheese, because maybe you want some cheese with your potatoes. These also cost $1 per day, and they are also healthy. So I create a second plan, and now we can see I have these two plans here. And now from my other user, I can go to the marketplace, and I can see I have now these two possible subscriptions here. So I want to subscribe to potatoes, and I want to subscribe to cheese. So now that these transactions, these two subscriptions are here, I can go to my plans and to collect payments. And now we can see here I have all the subscribers for my two plans. And I can just click here to collect the payments. So I just approve this, and we can see now that I have this transaction here. And in this transaction, I can now see that I actually got the 1 token from the subscription. So I got 1 token more now. And we can now see this 1 token also in our dashboard. So now I have 1051 tokens. And yeah, of course, this person that is subscribed to my potatoes and cheese, he can also unsubscribe. So you can just click here on unsubscribe, and now he unsubscribed from this subscription. And if I update my subscriptions, my collect payments here, we can see one of the subscriptions is cancelled and the other one is still active. So now I can also conveniently just do a time forward here. So I go to the next day, and now I can collect this $1 again for more cheese. So I approve this transaction, and I can see now in my dashboard that I have $1,052. The one thing that these transactions do here actually in the back is it's actually checking everything. Is the plan still active? Is the user currently still subscribed? Does he still have enough delegated tokens so that I can pay for it? So it does a bunch of security checks in the background actually, so that, for example, you can't just delete your plan and deploy exactly the same plan at the same address or something. So yeah, there was a lot of effort put into to make this secure actually. A few things about how the program was built, and I'll group these into the things that they actually solve. So efficiency. The program is built in Pinocchio, which is a lightweight, no standard Solana framework. And it's a bit lower level than Anchor, which gives you a tighter control over compute units and program size. So for payments programs where merchants potentially collect millions of transactions of subscribers, this really matters. Developer experience. Instead of handwriting IDLs, they use Kodama attributes directly in the Rust code. The build process extracts these into a JSON IDL and then generates both a TypeScript and a Rust client from it automatically. So here you can see one of these IDLs, so it's basically just a JSON file, and this is one of the generated clients in JavaScript. So here for a cancelled subscription instruction, for example. So the TypeScript SDK wraps the generated code into a high-level subscription client class with methods like subscribe, transfer subscriptions, create plan. And the client, JavaScript and Rust are both generated from the IDL, so they can never go out of sync. Safety. Token 22 support is built in, but dangerous extensions are blocklisted. Things like confidential transfers, non-transferable tokens, transfer hooks, and transfer fees. These could theoretically break the delegation model, so the program rejects them when the subscription authority is initialized. Observability. On-chain events via self-API. When a subscription is created, cancelled, or a payment is pulled, the program emits an event that indexers can pick up. This makes it very easy to build real-time dashboards or a notification system on top of the program. Here you can see, for example, how it looks like. This is an event that is emitted as soon as you subscribe to a subscription plan. Security was clearly a top priority for this project. The program has been audited by Cantina. The audit report is public and is also included in the repository, and all findings have already been addressed and verified. There's also a smart wallet integration, and the test suite covers flows with SWOT multisig, verifying that the delegations also work correctly when the delegator or the delegatee is a program-controlled authority. The program is deployed with the Squads multisig, upgrade authority, and verified on-chain via Solana verified builds. So yeah, that's on-chain subscriptions by the Solana Foundation. It's deployed and ready to go. So if you're building reoccurring payments on Solana, this is the great starting point. And the TypeScript SDK makes it super easy to integrate. The program is already deployed and audited, so you can directly use it. And with the demo web app, you can also actually try it right now. So the links to the repo are in the description. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.